What changes between when you do 750 and 5K?
Great question. So there's a little bit more locations, but the deeper answer is Jeff is going to care a little bit more. Like if my 750 client is having problems, I'm looking at the message, go, I'll deal with this shit later. All right. If the 5K client calls me, it's like, yo, I'm calling you back right now. I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm calling you back right now. If the 10K client calls, it's because something broke and his business is on fire. And like Jeff is like got 6 broken legs because I was going to call him before this actually became a problem, but somebody chopped off my hand. Like the 10K client, I call him. Now, what's interesting is most people think that you need to do other stuff. The answer is half yes. The answer is half no. So for the 750s, we're only doing one thing, which is like run the very simple ad. We'll change it once a week. That's it. No big deal. 24-hour response time. Cool. Fine. Perfect. For the 5K client, he originally came with the 1500 and we have the pitch deck saved. And I sold it the same way I mentioned on my post the other day, which is like, look, just talk to people, repeat their problems, present a plan and say, did you want to do this or did you want to pay me to do it? So he said, I want to pay you to do this. I said, I'm going to charge you $1,500, not including ad spend, and we'll handle all this. And you'll just get people requesting an appointment, hitting our calendar, and your team does follow up. He goes, okay. I was like, all right, Mr. Johnson, look, before you complain, I'm going to tell you the biggest complaint people have about this way of working is they call and people don't pick up. All right. Stereotypically, what we've seen is like a 30 to 50% pickup rate. Your team should know this. If for whatever reason, this is not acceptable to you, my team will do it for you for additional fee. It's part of their CMO plan. Chief Marketing Officer outsourced. Goes, okay, cool. 3 months later, I had this 6 weeks later, I had this like Last Supper meeting where like everybody's on one side of the table with me and a laptop. I'm like, what is this going on here? Like, what are you guys doing? Jeff, we're sitting down here to let you know that the lead generation is not working. You know, like these are very low quality appointments. We expected more. And I'm like, hey, thank fucking God they gave me a Zoom heads up because I just finished doing a sneaky survey. And I said, okay, so which ones did you call? He's like, we called 10. I go, okay, but what about the remaining 900? Right. And I was like, all the way down. So like I marked the 10 that they called it and like the 900 were like missing. And I was like, that's A. And B, I'm getting the responses back from my sneaky survey. So I screen shared and opened up my GHL and you see a whole bunch of people saying I didn't get a call back. Ding, 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 all the way down. And I was like, look, A, I don't appreciate the sandbagging. B, this feels like a Last Supper. This is how I'm talking to me. This feels like a Last Supper moment. And C, if this was a problem, you should have known I can solve this in exchange for money. So what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, we'll call you back later. And I think most people don't like take that approach in meetings. They're like only receiving. And I was like, I like, if you read the book, Getting Ahead of the Curve about Harvard Business School, the whole thing is like, it's a distribution curve. And the whole thing is like, get ahead of the curve. That's not what the book is about, but that's what the cover is about. Get ahead of the curve. Right. So I call him up. I was like, look, I know you're working with like blah, 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 but this is just what I'm seeing. And if you want, I can solve all this problem for you. When do you want to get started? He's like, ASAP. I was like, cool. Here's our paperwork. I'll charge your card and file. Let's get started. So now my team is doing the callbacks and scheduling for their in-persons. They still have a 50% show rate. Fucking great, dude. Schedule 2 people. And that's the 5K client. That's it. We have a 10K client coming up, probably like the end of this year. We're going to do either locations, charge $750 a month per location or whatever the number turns out to be. And we're going to do fulfillment with AdWords for their $15,000, $20,000 offer. So the ad will say like, hey, you want this? It's 20 grand, opt in. That's it. Schedule an appointment. My team will call and then book an appointment. That's it. And I think a lot of people think that you got to do a lot different, like add complexity. And that's actually 100% incorrect. You have to have more effective simplicity. We're like, no, we're just doing less things better. And everybody goes, that can't be right. I'm like, it is. Like, just do less things better, man. Like, that's all you have to do. And you'll be much more successful. So to answer your question is like, yeah, you're doing more work, but that's not the entire equation. So there's other stuff too.
Cool. Cool.